Welcome back, everyone. It's Jennifer. Today is day 2 of my favorite crafty things 2014, and today I am talking about dies and die cutting essentials. So in this video I'm going to share with you my favorite dies of the year. In the second video for today I will be sharing with you die cutting essentials, tools that you may want to have. Just a quick note, I have links to all these products on my blog and in the YouTube description below. Also over my blog, I have discount codes for shopping if you're interested in any of these products, and big giveaways. Today's giveaway is huge, so you need to check it out. So let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to start with the basics, the shape dies that you'll reach for over and over again. Now you'll notice this year I picked a lot of dies that have a stitched or pierced edge because I love that finishing touch. If you would prefer just a plain cut, I would check out my favorite dies from last year. There's still some great ones in there, and I'll put a link here for that. Now real quickly before I go into all of them, throughout this video I'm going to have this piece of paper on my table. It's a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of paper, so you can use this for a size reference. It's the size of a regular note card. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. My first favorite stitch set is actually from Lawn Fawn. It's 2 sets I have together here. There's the large, which starts with the biggest size and goes every other one down. And then the small stitch rectangle set, which is the sizes in between. So there's actually 2 sets of dies in here, and I just put them together in one pocket because they all fit together. Okay, so the large set has this big piece that covers the front of a note card with that fine stitched edge around it. That's just beautiful. The smaller set has this die as the biggest, which is nice to go on the front of a note card with the edge showing around it. And here's a close look at what that faux stitching looks like. There are many brands of dies that have this faux stitching. All are a little bit different, but I think these are nice rectangle sets because it has all the sizes you could possibly need between the two. So you can see they're fun to layer also. Oh, and while I'm here, I wanted to share a new tip that I've come up with lately, and I think it's really helpful. I go ahead and die cut some of my dies and put them in the back pocket of the dies so that I have them there as a reference when I go to create. Next, I decided to pick a set of square dies. This time I went with pierced. So instead of stitched, this is pierced. It puts tiny little holes around the edge. Just another type of finishing touch. There are stitched squares also, but I thought this pierced was fun. And you can see how the largest one fits on the front of a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch note card. I also decided to go with pierced for the circle set also. This size of the largest circle is perfect for the front of a note card, and I love how My Favorite Things puts lots of die cuts together in their stacks or their sets of shaped dies. Okay, next is the My Favorite Things stitched round rectangle stacks. So this is back to the faux stitched edge, but this time it just has the rounded corner for those of us who like to occasionally put the rounded corner on a card. Simon Says Stamp just came out with this stitched die rectangles, and this actually has the cutting edge in the middle and the faux stitching on either side of it. I've always wanted dies like this, so I was really excited about it. You can see that you can die cut with one of the dies, a piece like this, and you have the faux stitching on the negative space and on the positive space. So it's just fun if you want to do some die cut inlay and other kinds of techniques. You could also just die cut all of those dies together and get all these fun frames that have the stitching on both sides of the cut line. I know shaker cards are really popular right now, and what's fun about this is you could use one of these frames as the window of the shaker card and have the faux stitching all around the edges. There's also a square set with the stitching on both sides. So before, what the square set I showed you just has the piercing on the inside edge. These dies are different because they have it around both sides of the cutting edge. So again, you could use these for shaker cards. Now these, by the way, often come connected, and you have to cut them apart with wire cutters, which I'll link to some wire cutters that I think are very helpful and inexpensive. And by cutting them apart, you can use each of the dies individually. I recently found out that Little Inkers came out with this die set about a year ago, and it has the stitching on both sides of the cut line. So this is a circle set, and what I like about this is it's huge. That biggest one is 5 1/4, so it goes great for a large square note card. So I went ahead and ordered this set. I don't have it yet, but I wanted to share it here in case you liked it too. This next set is a little bit different. This is from Little Bee. Now this is a less expensive set because these are made in China. All the other ones are made in the US, but these cut very well also. Now you'll see that in here there are heart dies. So this is a giant die that cuts really nicely, and it cuts on your regular die cut machine. You can see how big it is. It's fun to kind of have it hang off the edge of a note card. And there are also smaller heart dies, and you can see the dimensions all over there on the left. I like this packaging it comes in. Now also in this set are these dies that actually don't cut anything. They actually just put these little X's or the stitching onto your project. So you could also cut with the matching heart die cuts in there, or you can just have that fun faux stitching on the background of a card. And I'll put a link to a video where I use this. The next set that I just love is from Paper Smooches. I've used this one on a card before, but I just love that there's a bunch of different dies in here that cut faux stitching. There's a heart, there's a star, there's banners and frames of a variety of sizes, and then also that one die that just cuts 4 rows of faux stitching. So you can put it behind a embellishment or an accent just for something fun. Another Paper Smooches die set that is awesome is this Dots and Die set. 1 cuts a long line, 2 cut faux stitching of different sizes, and the last one, check this out, it just does a line of little holes. And I just think that's a fun accent that you can put across a card. This is the Little Inker diagonal die. This cuts a diagonal piece that's perfect to put across a card with faux stitching on the edge. I'm really enjoying putting diagonal elements on my cards, so this makes it quick and easy and you can just stamp a sentiment right across it. Now this next set I actually let my friend borrow it, so I don't have it to show you, but it is from Mama Elephant, and it has everything you kind of need in one die set. There's a tag, the to and from, some cute little hearts and stars, some bows that you can assemble, a banner, faux stitched rectangle, and the scallop rectangle. Now this is kind of hard to show on here. To give you some size reference, I asked Chrissy over at Mama Elephant if I could share a card. She did, and here you can kind of get an idea of what size the stitched rectangle and the scallop rectangle are. They work perfect on the front of a card. A newer stamp company that's always coming up with fun ideas is Waffle Flower. Now this set I caught my eye because it's just completely different. There's lots of circles in this set, and the scallops also, and it gives that fine pierced edge also. And you can die cut all these and kind of inlay them into each other or use all the elements separately. And check it out, here they have a cut circle with that piercing on both sides of the cut. This next set from Avery Elle is very unique. You see those little dots right there? Those don't actually cut all the way through, they just leave an impression. So there's the large rectangle and the 2 banners that cut with the dots, and there are also some other banner die cuts in there. And this is what it looks like. You can see the impressed dots that go around this. Just another unique, nice finishing touch, and I love those banner die cut shapes. Another great stack set from My Favorite Things is a stitch dot circle. This just puts a series of dots in a circle element, and you can do this around a stamped image, and it allows just a little bit of color to show through from behind. I just think it's a great way to kind of highlight an image in the center of your card. This next die from Lawn Fawn is fantastic. It cuts with great detail and also scores. And after you've cut 2 of these, you can assemble them together into a gift bag. So this is what you do. You fold the 2 flaps in on both of the pieces and put adhesive on them. On one of the pieces right here on the bottom, you put adhesive. Now on the second piece, you just put adhesive on those 2 folded in flaps. It's kind of obvious what to do when you die cut them. You can kind of see where the bag elements are. You put the 2 bottoms together and then fold all the sides up. Now this is the perfect little gift bag. I use this often for gift cards. So if I want to give a gift card to a teacher or the bus driver, I like to put it in this and put a bow on the top. It's just something fun and different instead of just sticking a gift card in a bag. You can also give a little stamp in this. It's perfect for giving a little stamp, or maybe like a little box of jewelry. And here you can see how nicely a little gift card fits in there. So you can pinch this closed and put a bow on the top, and it is just the cutest little gift bag of all time. So I consider this one of those must-have dies that you can use over and over. Okay, the next category is word dies. Word dies are by far my favorite tool right now because you can create a card and not have to worry about finding a flat space to stamp a greeting. You can just die cut your greeting and stick it on top. Now there are many out there, and I just picked a few favorites. I encourage you to check out the other offerings from all of these companies. They all have multiple greetings that you could choose from. For a hello, I picked this one from Studio Calico because I like those little curly cues, or if you want it to be smaller, you can cut those little curly cues off and have a simple greeting. Now from Poppy Stamps is a very elegant and super detailed hello. There's also a thanks in this too. Poppy Stamps is a sister company to Memory Box. He started it with his kids actually. So it's got that great detail that Memory Box is known for. Paper Smooches has this die set that actually has a quote tag in it, but it also has a hello and thanks and just a beautiful font. And I like that both greetings are in one set. You could even use these word dies on a masculine card. Okay, for thanks, I'm loving this one from Mama Elephant. It's just the perfect handwritten greeting. There's also a birthday and a happy and a hello with this same style, but the thanks is definitely my favorite. For a more playful look, I really enjoy the Lawn Fawn script thanks. They also have a hello and a joy, but this thanks definitely is my favorite. I make a lot of thank you cards, so this one is fun with all of my playful stamped images. Here is another die set from Little Bee. That's a great, inexpensive product. There are a ton of cursive greetings in here. You can see all the different options there on the left. They have this magnetic case. I just picked a few and went ahead and die cut them for you. These are created in China, but I find they cut perfectly. I haven't had any problems with them at all. And I really do like the size and that so many different greetings are included in this set. So if you want to save some money, this might be a good option for you. Yesterday I shared a stamp set from My Favorite Things that I really like, and this is the die set that matches it. I like all of the sentiments here, but I especially like the you because you can use that word along with maybe a stamped image or another die cut and get a lot of life out of it. I actually have an example using these dies, which I'll link to here. I even cut through felt with them. Studio Calico also has a bunch of word dies in this kind of handwriting. I thought this friend one is fun because you could stamp maybe thank you or happy birthday above it. So I've been reaching for this one often. From Simon Says Stamp is this small Love You set. This is Christina Werner's handwriting. She's a good friend of mine, and I'm just so proud of the success she's had with her stamps and dies, and this is one of my favorites. Now there's one last die set, which I actually haven't bought yet, but I have it on order. I found this one when I was looking around, and I was just tickled by it. It's 3 different fonts for the word happy, and they're pretty large. Dawn from W+9 said I could share this card that she created, and check out how large that happy is. And I like that 3 different dies are included in the set with 3 very different style fonts. So you can get a lot out of it and add stamped images with them. So this brings us to our last category, and this is other must-have dies. Now I just picked some that I really like, but I encourage you to check out the other dies from all of these companies because they have quite a few and they might have something that might appeal to you more. First I have from Hero Arts the palm die. They had a stamp like this for a long time, and I begged them to do a die that matched it, and I just think this is great because it's good for masculine cards or feminine cards, and the detail is just beautiful. Now, of all the die companies out there, I don't think anybody creates dies with such great detail and variety as Memory Box. I highly encourage you to check them out. This olive branch, the large one here to the right, is one of my favorites because it could be used as a plant or horizontal as like a tree branch. You could even trim off the little olives or the little berries here and get a very clean look. You can cut off one little branch and have a stem for a flower. But Memory Box just has incredible, incredible detail to their dies. This die is from Little Inker Designs, and it's so unique, and I just think it's fantastic. It doesn't actually cut a shape. Instead, it cuts this faux stitched pattern into a background cardstock, and it's great to use on an otherwise very simple card. I hope they do more dies like this because it's just beautiful. Next, from Avery Elle, this actually has a few things in it. This is called Finished Frames. Check out this finished rectangle. It's got like this these little slashes that kind of give it a finishing trim, perfect for the front of a note card. And there's also one that's a little bit smaller. I've used these before and I'll link to those. But also in this die set are these great pieces of like different kind of confetti shapes that would be perfect inside of a shaker box. I especially like the star that it cuts. There's 3 different sizes and 3 different sizes of tiny little bows. Just such great detail in these die cuts. Next from Elle and Hutson is this zipper panel die. Now in here are 3 great word dies, which are perfect for additions to the word die section I just shared a moment ago. Those are bonuses in this die that is just brilliant. It's a zipper panel that instead of a note card that opens normally, you assemble this, and this is how the card opens. It's like this tear panel that they open in the sentiments inside. I'll link to a video where I show how this assembles, but I love that this gives us an option other than just a card that opens up normally. Very creative by my friend Julie Ebersol. Okay, from My Favorite Things is the gift card grooves. Now these cut these 2 little notches, which are perfect to cut into some cardstock, maybe the inside of a card, and tuck a gift card in it. I give a lot of cards with gift cards, and check that out. It holds it in place. In this set is also another set of notches that would do little notches that are on the top and the bottom of this gift card if you wanted to. So you can see those over here in the left. I just really like having something to kind of hold that gift card into a card that you may make. They also have these kind of slots. These are perfectly sized to create a little pocket for gift cards, or you can tuck a tag in there or a photo in there if you want to. So you can see how with that little slot die, you can just cut the perfect little spot to put your gift card in it. And there's also a narrow slot die in there too. So creative, and this is perfect for the holiday season. Now I love border dies also. From Mama Elephant is the Landscape Trio. This is like the perfect little cloud border, and I've used this one before, and I am just dying over how cute those little clouds are. And there are also two kind of slopes that are perfect for creating kind of a hilly scene, and of course they have that faux stitched edge to it too. When I was digging through my dies looking for my favorites, I found this guy, and for some reason he was hiding and he just won my heart. This is from Memory Box. It's the Tiny Hearts collection, and check out those small little outline hearts. I can't wait to add these to my cards soon. Now you've probably seen me use these quite a bit in my card videos. There are the tiny hearts and the mini hearts and the mini star dies from Simon Says Stamp. Perfect for creating your own little embellishments to add to a card. I use these a lot. Next, I wanted to talk a little bit about stamp and die combos. Now, many of the stamps that are out there now come with matching dies, or matching dies are available. I don't always get those, but sometimes there's a stamp and a die combo that you just need to have both. So this is a stamp set from Simon Says Stamp and a die set that go together. Now check out this little rectangle die with the zigzag edge. Works perfect with the greeting. The little zigzag circle goes great with the sun. But the sunshine die cut works great with the sentiments in this stamp set. So you can buy these separately or together, but I like that you can use like the You Always Bring stamp with the sunshine die cut. I like having the option of using them separately or together. That's the ticket for me for buying those matching die sets, is if there's something in it that can be used alone, I usually will go for it. Sometimes I package them together in the pocket, sometimes separately. Now this one's from Studio Calico. Check out this awesome border die. Now this actually is you can buy this separately or together. Here are two different stamp options that can go with it. There are different sentiments that can be stamped with this awesome die cut. Now I like that this can be used with other die cut words. So I hope your day is awesome here, or you could use the die cut word happy from before. So these little stamp sets are perfect to team up with your die cut words. Recently, Waffle Flower has come out with this great tag die set. It cuts the tag, and then there's also a piece that cuts the circle anywhere you want for the string to go through. There's also a small tag in the set and a reinforcement die. So you cut this little piece that you fold across the top of your tag, and you can loop your string through it. It's a great finishing touch. They also have a stamp set that goes with it. You can see all the elements here that go with it. My friend's borrowing this one too. But you can see that there are many ways that you can use this stamp set either by itself or teamed up with that tag die set I just showed you. Now what's unique about what Waffle Flower is doing is they are coming out with add-ons that go with that original tag die set. This one does a little Santa on the gift tag. So you can do this for your holiday cards, like that little Santa piece tag that you see there on the left. They have other add-on die sets, and I think it's just really creative that they keep building on that original set, getting more use out of it. So that wraps it up. I apologize for the long video. They'll all be shorter from now on. Next, be sure to check out my die cutting essentials video, which I'll be sharing today. You can find all these products linked below in my YouTube description, or again, head over to my blog at jennifermcguireinc.com, where I'll have discount codes and a huge giveaway today. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow for stencils.